Tibalt Apprentice. I am back this time with a new guest, Frank. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Now I'm very excited to have you on here because you represent somebody even further outside my play group. So you're a friend of Bart's, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And I don't think you and I have ever played Magic, have we?
Nope.
I don't think so. So the point here at Tibalt Apprentice is to get different people's opinions on playing Magic and how they play and what they do. So let me ask you, how long have you been playing Magic?
Well, let's see. I've been playing Magic since it first came out.
Yeah?
And then I stopped for a while, and then because of my friend Bart, I started playing again.
Okay. And do you care to say why you quit playing, or is it just one of those things where just life got to get in the way?
Life got in the way, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. That happens to most everybody. Very few exceptions do I know of anybody that stuck with Magic from the beginning. What time did you get in, though? So you started alpha, beta, or revised, or?
Don't really remember exactly. I mean, I don't pay attention much to the name of
the sets and stuff like that? Okay. But you probably had, like, the white border cards. You probably didn't have the square ones, right? Squared off ones? Because the first set initially, I think it was alpha. And even in beta was before they went to the rounded corners and so on. So, because I was going to say, if you're thinking that hard, you might have some of those cards. You need to find them because they're worth some serious money. Okay.
I got rid of my cards.
You got rid of your cards. Okay.
And then I find out that some of the cards that I got rid of, they're worth a lot of money. Like the 2 land artifact ones.
Sure. Yeah. Well.
I just found out that one of them is worth about $700 or something like that.
Probably, and probably going up from there because they're reserved list things that aren't going to be reprinted. But let me ask you, so when you're playing, what got you back in besides somebody else, obviously playing the game, because I know that's always exciting after you've been out for a while.
I've always loved playing Magic. I just never had somebody to play with.
Okay.
And I didn't know much about other places that would actually, like a place like this, that you can actually play and stuff.
Okay. So here we are at Game Hub again, though we're on the comic bug side of Game Hub. So if anybody else in the area happens to be seeing this and wants to be on here, let me know. So you've always been into Magic. You've always enjoyed it. But was there any of the recent sets that recently attracted you to it? Or is it just, just as soon as you found somebody, you ran out and you grabbed some cards?
I've always been a fan of green and black.
Yeah?
So, usually do a lot of big monsters when it comes to green, or black, I do vampires or zombies.
Okay, so you're sticking with tribal stuff for the most part.
Pretty much.
Okay. So what is your favorite style of play? Do you play Commander? Do you play one-on-one, just group therapy?
One-on-one, group. I would like to play Commander, but most of my friends don't play Commander.
Ah. Well,
I heard you and
Brian, we have another friend,
play Commander all the time.
Yes, indeed. Well, it'll be a very short time then, now that you know me, that we'll get in some Commander games for sure. I like it because it represents a style of play that, we both know Magic can be a very expensive hobby. Commander represents a play style, though, where you can have a very decent deck with expensive cards in it because you're not buying play sets. You're not buying 4 of each. So oftentimes I'll buy a box, I'll bust it open. I may only get 1 or 2 of Mythic Rares. Well, that's all you need for a Commander. The pre-constructed sets are good, and we talk about those too. But what I'd like to do is I have a deck here that I'd like you to play. I'm going to show it to you. It's not a particularly good deck, but it's a deck that represents, what I like to play. And it's a combo deck. So it's an infinite combo deck. So it relies on 3 cards. But what I was starting to say, it's not a particularly good deck. It's just that half the cards in here are 2 drops. So you're put to a very challenging decision tree early in the game. What this is looking for, though, is an Ephemeral Alchemist, which you untap a artifact or creature. Illusionary Bracers, whenever an ability of equipped creature is activated, If it isn't a mana producing ability, you get to do that twice. And something like a Codex Shredder, where you tap, target player puts the top card of their library into the graveyard. Obviously, you put it on him, you tap him, untap an artifact. This allows you to untap an artifact and a creature. He's now ready to go again. Tap, sack, etc. And it also works with, where is he at? Looking for Tim. There we go. Prodigal Sorcerer. Ping you for 1. Tap to untap 2 creatures. And he's ready to go again. Infinite combo if you can get it out. You need those 3 pieces. I'm bringing it up now.
Also, what's good with Tim's is poison.
Poison, absolutely.
Or, I mean, not poison, death touch.
Poison and death touch, yeah.
Because you can Tim a creature with death touch and kill the creature right away, no matter how big it is.
Exactly. In this case, I initially had a better version of this deck, but it was a 2-color deck. Mm-hmm. So I streamlined it so there's now only 1 color blue, and I made it a little bit weaker so that other people wouldn't get tired of playing against it. I can still pull this out and I don't immediately get attacked right away. But it's maybe not quite as effective as it could be. But anyhow, the point was I wanted to see you shuffle that a couple of times and deal a few cards out. Before we do that, I'm going to change the camera setup a little bit, but let's see what you do with it.
Okay.
Since you are my guest here, I'm going to ask you to throw a D4 into that box, and you'll call it. Who goes first, even or odd? No, you got to call it before you throw the dice.
Even, I guess.
So even's going to go first. All right, so you got odd. So I will start then. So if you would cut me.
You do the same?
Yes. All right. So, did you say this was a favorite deck of yours, or
no? I'm gonna play this one just because you're gonna do
2, 3,
those other colors.
5, 6, 7. Okay.
Okay.
You're keeping that hand?
Yep.
All right. So I will start by playing a swamp and pass the turn.
On you.
I will draw my card, play a swamp, spend 2, and ask you to discard 2 cards at random. So I can either pick them out or we can roll a dice. How do you want to lose those 2 cards?
Pick them out.
Pick them out. All right. In that case, I will take these 2 cards.
All right. My land.
And then I will say it's your turn.
Okay. So where does he go? Graveyard?
Graveyard. Into the graveyard. Ah, that is my pet card. I love that card.
On you.
All right, I untap. Draw my
All the way
card.
back here.
I will play a land. I will spend 2. And ask that you discard 2 cards at random. Do you want to have me roll the dice, or you want me to just pull them again?
Pull them again.
Pull them again. All right. I'll pull these 2 cards then.
Okay.
I will then pass the turn.
On you.
All right. Untap. Draw my card. And I will then pass the turn.
Okay. On you.
All right. I will untap, draw my card. I will spend 3 to bury alive. So I'm going to search 3 creatures from my library, put them into the graveyard. There's 1, there's 2, and here is number 3. So I will put those 3 cards into the graveyard. I will continue to shuffle as I say it's your turn. And I will let you cut this as soon as I'm done. Shuffling. All right.
On you.
All right. So I untap. I draw my card. I play Swamp. Tap 1 mana to reanimate. I'm going to put a target creature card from my graveyard into play and lose life equal to its casting cost. So I will lose 6 life. However, when that hegemon comes into play, I get to return another artifact from my graveyard into play. And so this is an artifact creature. And I will proceed at 14 and say, it's your turn. At the end of my turn, I gain 3 life if the Sphinx is untapped, which it is. Otherwise, you would lose 3 life. But
Okay.
I'm back now to, what were we at, 17? Your turn.
Pulled out Azorius Chancy. Chancery. Pulled out a land. Put this on the step.
Okay.
On you.
Okay. Untap. Draw a card. Play my land. I'm going to fly at you for a grand total of 11.
Okay.
Then I will spend 2 to have you get rid of 2 cards.
Now I get to choose the cards, or you have to?
It's going to be random, so you can either let me choose them, because I don't know what's in your hand, or you
Okay.
can throw the dice out, or
Okay, choose them.
choose them. All right. I'll have those 2. And I will then pass the turn. When I do, you take 3 more points of damage because this creature is tapped.
14. All right.
That leaves you at 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Put down a land tap. I gain a life. Tap these 2. Sacrifice this. I gain 5. And then shuffle my library.
All right. So what life are you at now?
Good question. Should've brought dice.
You got dice?
Yeah.
All right.
See, I was 6 before, no?
Yep, you were at 6 before.
So gain 6 more life. I'm at 12.
Okay.
Well, it's safe to say that I'm dead next turn.
Probably so.
If you attack with those 2 and but I ended that one taps, I'm dead.
Okay, so do you sweep?
That's sweet.
All right, fair enough. So, here's a question for you.
What's that?
You let me choose to pull lands from your hand, or pull cards from your hand. Any reason why you did that, or just it was random, so it didn't matter to you?
It didn't matter to me.
Okay. It mattered to me because, and I'm not 100% sure, but my general opinion is anytime you get a chance to take cards from a person's hands, always grab from the far side, from their right hand. Because people often, at least in regular card games, will put their
best on the right.
yeah, exactly. So I don't know if that was the case. I don't know if I got lands each time or what I got.
Oh no, you got land one time.
One time? Okay.
Yeah. And then the last one was the one that really hit me hard because that's the one that prevents you from attacking, period.
Ah, nice.
No matter how many enchantments I have, that means how many times you have to pay.
Have to pay to get it? Okay. Got it. All right. So anyhow, that was kind of unfair and disingenuous too because...
That's okay. I don't mind. I'm used to it.
Well,
like I said, we have a friend that makes some really messed up decks.
Okay. And this is one of my favorites, and this is one that Brian gave me. It's been modified since then. But to say this is a 3-color deck is a little bit misleading. I only have Swamps in it and Dark Rituals. I rely on Buried Alive to get things in there, Exhume, Reanimate, and those type of cards to get Shallow Grave, to get them back out of the graveyard. So I never play those blue or those white card costs.
I figured.
So that's it. Anyhow, fair enough. Let's do another one, and we'll make another fun one. But I'll switch to a different one.
Right.